Hi, and welcome to Paper Roots Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm starting with a sketch from the 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 18. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I want to give a big shout out to Christy for putting on an 18th series of Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and all of these sketches are sent to Christy specifically to be used in the series. So if you enjoy being inspired by sketches, I would suggest that you go over to the Facebook group Christy's Beautiful Life, it's called 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and in that Facebook group, you would click on the albums tab, and there you would find 18 different albums full of 30 sketches for all 18 of the series that have gone live over the years. And this is day 5 of series 18. Our sketch creator today is Lisa Flanagan. She is Bangs and Glasses on Instagram and on YouTube, so please go over and give her a little bit of social media attention. That we all do appreciate that. And I will link her information in the description box below, as well as the link to the Facebook group where you can find the sketches, and a link to the collaborative playlist where all of the scrappy YouTubers who are using sketches from this series can add their videos, so viewers like you can watch a variety of interpretations from each sketch. So let's jump in and get started. Today I am working with this photo. If you've watched my other videos, you'll know that I'm working my way through some photos that were printed before I got my photo printer, trying to clear out a box of photos, and I'm really getting close to the end, so I'm super excited about that. And then this one is from Vancouver. This statue is outside of the Vancouver Aquarium, and I don't know if you can tell, but this is a car in behind there, so it's quite a big statue. So I am going to get started. So what I did was I pulled out, so this is the sketch here that Liza made. Liza? Uh-oh, now I feel like I'm making a mistake. Anyway, oh, Bangs and Glasses, this is what she did. So this is a really interesting sketch, and I'm kind of excited to work with it. I love that there's one square photo in the center because that's what I have here. And there's some mixed media back in the background there. And then all of these little spots I'm interpreting as little scraps of paper. So what I have pulled out is this kind of, it's a mix and match kind of, I don't know if you can put it in the category of a kit, but it's like a mix and match of all the nautical things. So I have some let's see, this is Close to My Heart paper. This is from Simple Stories. And we have some older paper, Diana's Daughters. I don't even remember that paper company, but it's this ship paper. And then we have some lightning paper from Memoirs Paper Creations, so some older stuff. We have some Over the Moon Press. We have I don't even know what that one's from. I think this one is a Close to My Heart. And then these ones are all from like a nautical themed paper pad. But the real reason that I grabbed for this particular collection of items is because of this epic pile of scraps that was inside. Because like I said, I'm interpreting this sketch to have all of these little bits and scraps kind of amalgamated together to make one really pretty layout, and I think that I can use that to my advantage. Now the mixed media part, I didn't have time for that today, so I went to my rainbow shelf and found a mixed media paper that I had made before. So then I thought I'll just use that because it's kind of got that almost looks like watery kind of, so that goes with my theme. And as you know, if you've been watching me for any amount of time, I'm kind of a themey scrapbooker. So first thing I need is to map my square photo. So I am going to pull in my scraps because I'm not wanting to cut into any of those bigger pieces of paper. Okay, so we'll set aside all this tiny stuff for now because that's not gonna go behind my photo. Maybe anything smaller like this might fit behind my photo. So that's a maybe. Does this fit? Oh my goodness, these things are like very close. Okay, what about this one? Yeah, so all of those are big enough, so I'm going to grab that one. We don't want these more narrow pieces. We'll set those aside as well for now. And for now, we're just going to focus on matting the photo. So in the sketch, there's the photo, and then it looks like two different layers of photo matting, and they're quite big. So I'm going to, well, I really liked how this one already kind of looked on here, and then is it small enough to layer in there? I feel like it is. So like that maybe. So that's interesting because that's like a piece that I already punched out of, but it'll work as a photo mat too. And then I'm going to grab maybe, let's see, a bigger piece. Okay, what about even more layers? I don't know if that one's big enough. Does it fit? Not really. Well, kind of. Yeah. Okay. Okay. We're getting somewhere. So hers has 2 layers, but I'm loving this idea of using up all these scraps. So I'm going to roll with it. Do I want... Ooh, look, this one nestles in there pretty nicely. Hey? Oh my goodness. What was I doing with these that they... Okay, well... I don't know. I'm not going to complain. I actually think they're from a bunch of different things because like this one looks like it's out of a paper pad. So I know I used this paper pad for a 6x6 class that I took, and these ones are double-sided, and then these ones are single-sided. So they're all from different things. But anyway, I think these ones are mostly from the paper pad though. Oh, maybe not. I lied. Okay, well, whatever. We're going to roll with it. So I think there's my layering for my photo. That's kind of fun, using up the scraps. I did bring in Uncharted Mariner, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not sure that that's going to be the right choice for this particular layout. Maybe I'll have to go grab something different. Maybe a gray. A gray might be nice. And then I need something to put my journaling on, and I was thinking that there's a spot here with this yellow piece that I could put my journaling to the left here. So I separated out the sheets that had journaling cards because a lot of them were cut up already. So that's not going to work, but this one would work as a journaling card. These cut aparts, not so much. There's nowhere to journal on them. This maybe. No. And no. Although this could layer up. Maybe. I don't know. We'll put that as a maybe. And that one was a no. And then there's this sheet. This could work, because I have a little bit to say. Like I want to say who carved the statue, where it is. There was a little plaque outside, so I have some info that I had taken a picture of, but I'm going to actually write from it because I don't know. It was raining that day, so it was like all messy. Maybe this one. Or even this one, but I don't really have any yellow yet, so I don't know, maybe this one would be better. So I went through this little bundle of scraps and I pulled a bunch of things that I think kind of mimic what's happening here. I'm going to, I've been using, so I matted all of those mats together for my photo, and I used 2 different kinds of inks. This one is Faded Jeans and this one is Lumberjack Plaid. And I think I'm going to continue with that. I typed up my journaling and put it onto that journaling card we talked about. And then I still have to go find a date, but I was thinking I didn't have any like little squares. So I think I'm going to take this piece and cut it into squares and mimic this piece right here. And everything else, I just laid out whatever I had, like the way it was cut already. And I think that that's how I'm going to lay it down. So I just wanted to show you that I just kind of like layered up those scraps and found a bunch of things. I didn't have one this size, so I put 2 triangles together. So like they're actually both that, but I mixed it up a little bit and I thought that would be work well enough. And I think that's it. So I'm going to pause again and ink those up and glue them down, and then I will come back and we'll look through the stickers and embellishment packs to find some things to add to the layout. I also need a title still. So, all right. Okay. Isn't this a wonderful layout for scraps? Like, what a great sketch. I'm loving this so much. So I left some of the scraps just the way they were. Like this one, for example, has like a hole punched in it. I think it's from the top of a paper pad, but like that doesn't matter. It's gonna get covered up. So, but I just love how I could just like grab scraps, and mine are not obviously in the same places or this. I mean, I tried to keep it similar because I thought it was a cute design, but I just think it's a great way to take your scraps and just put them down on paper and make something beautiful. So I'm really excited about this one. So I just still need to put down, I want to just show you what that looked like without the photo. But I do need to add my photo now. And I'm excited too that I layered up these. This looks like a 6x6 paper, but I think the other ones were white on the back, so they were scraps from the 12x12. But so cute. Loving it. And I love how I didn't even have to cut into a full sheet of paper for any of this. So pretty awesome. Okay, so I started my title here. These are the alphas I used. These are old. I'm going to be sad when they're gone. These are foam letters they're called Happy Life stickers. And then these ones are foam foil stickers, Maggie. So I love those ones too. Don't usually like the foil colored ones, but I like these red ones. So the story behind this it's not little, that's a car, statue is that it's a killer whale. They used to have killer whales at the aquarium we visited, but of course they don't anymore. But when I was a kid, I remember seeing them there. And the statue is called Chief of the Undersea World, and it says that he is the keeper of all oceans' living treasures. So the creator of the statue considers him like a guardian of the undersea creatures that are housed inside of the aquarium. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I called the title of the layout The Guardian. And the artist was Bill Reed, and he's a bronze whale sculpture unveiled in 1984 and continues to stand on a sculpture pool directly outside of the aquarium entrance. So that's kind of awesome. There we go. So there's my title. Now I just need, so I have photos, title, date. I did stamp the date, my journaling. I just need to embellish a little. So I have gone through the ephemera, and this is more than one ephemera pack in here because I can tell by just the styles of them, but I think I'm going to add this guy. And I like this heart. I thought I could use High Tides and Good Vibes, but I don't know if I will. Maybe we'll just put it on there just in case. And then, oh yeah, and this one too. Whale of a Good Time. Whale of a Time? Whale of a Time. So there's that. And then I did go through and read all of the little word strips so that I could grab them off of, because they were really tiny on this particular sheet especially. But I want there to be an element here and also one up here. And I'm thinking maybe this up here. Something like that. And then I thought this might be a good one for here. Let the sea set you free. Other than maybe some of the sea stars, I think that's it for this one. Oh, and I did think that maybe I could layer up the two. So I thought maybe this could go under here too. But then I wanted to look at this one too because we have more stickers here. I thought we could put an anchor somewhere. And I thought maybe I like these like little plants, I guess. I don't know. What are they called? Coral? Maybe it could go under here. There's other ones. And I really love these sea star circle things. I thought maybe they could go around my title. Oops. And then what else did we have on here that I thought? I thought maybe this, but I think it might be too. But maybe not. Maybe it could go down here. This is such a great layout for, or like the sketch is such a great idea for like using things up. I think that's about it. Maybe I could do these, this would be cute on here too, to just add some interest to that blank one. Okay, we're on to something there. All right, and then I do have some enamel dots that I thought we could add too. So I'm just gonna pause because I'm gonna add some dimensional. It's gonna take me a minute because I'm gonna cut it up from my chipboard scraps to add dimension to this and this little area. So just give me a minute and I will come back. Okay, so I think I got most things glued down. So a few things that I did was I added an eyelet and some twine to this tag up here, and then I added the chipboard behind so that it had some dimension and added that on, got that one down. I made this into a little cluster with one of the word strips that I had picked off and one of the stickers as well. I scooched these little sea star circle pieces in so that they're kind of attached to the title a little bit so that they didn't just look like they were floating in space. I glued that down. I made this also into a little cluster with one of the sea stars and a word sticker that I had picked out, and same with down here. This one I layered under the scrap and this one I layered over just to give it a little bit of interest. And then I added this word sticker onto here and glued this one down, but I left this one up in case anybody was interested and hadn't seen before what I mean by adding the chipboard. So I just basically like cut it off in little bits and then I glue it down onto, this one is adhesive on one side, but I still added white glue. And then I just take my white glue and add it onto the chipboard pieces. And then I flip it and I adhere it. So I wanted that to just kind of be where that little piece is and look layered. So that's what we're going for. Now normally I would stick my like ATG or something heavy on top of that to just let it set, but we will just leave it for now. And then all I have left I think is some finishing touches. So I have enamel dots from the, what is this, Vintage Seas collection. And then I also have these little chipboard, or sorry, wood veneer minis that I thought I might be able to find stuff in here because I know I had at one time like a nautical set. So yeah, here, see, there's some anchors in here and some little sailboats. What else do I have? Yeah, I like the anchors. There's also little mini lighthouses. They're so cute. I just got those at like, I think Dollar Tree. So maybe I'll put 5 little anchors on here and save the lighthouses and boats for another day. So let's see, where do I want my little anchor pieces? Can put one up here, something like that, and then I'll glue those down after. And then I want some enamel dots. So I was thinking I want a couple right here on that little signage, but I want them to be tiny. I just need to decide. I think I'm going to go with this really dark navy color. So a big, medium, and a small in each little clustery area. And I think that is the layout. So there'll be a close-up shot and like detail shots at the end of the video if you're interested in those. I also post to my Instagram. The information for that will be in the description box. And a big thank you to Lisa Flanagan for creating this amazing sketch. I love how many like scraps and things that I got to use on here. I'm in love with the way that this all came together. And if you are here from the 30 Days of Sketches playlist, thank you so much for spending time on my channel. I hope you enjoyed what you saw, and I hope that you'll come back again. Please go give some love to, well, first of all, to our sketch creator. And she is Bangs and Glasses on Instagram and YouTube, I believe. So go check her out. I'll have her linked in the description box as well. And then also to Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Just a big thank you for her to continue putting these sketch series together. And I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you all had a great day. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. Bye for now, everyone.